Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, peewees all around the world, we gladly present to you season 2, episode
Season
1
2, baby.
of the Fab Five podcast. Who would have
Yeah.
thought we would be here in this very moment? It's all happening right now. It's all happening. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and hopefully we got some 2024 resolutions. I don't care, honestly.
I love how he's just like, I don't care. I love it.
Don't care. Honestly, I mean, I think those resolutions are just excuses of, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and then never do it. But that's just me. Don't
I'm just a person.
quote me on that.
Just do it. Just get it done.
Mhm.
Right.
Like,
But how is
How
it?
long-
Though? How was everybody's holiday season? Yeah.
my holiday was good. I mean, obviously, we've been on a 3-week break.
Mhm.
We've been running it kind of light.
The
for
last
past 3
podcast
weeks.
I put online was actually, I think it was like that Saturday or that Sunday, like right before the turn of the New Year.
Yeah, but we've been on a 3-week break. We've been doing spaces. We didn't do spaces last week for the NFL because that didn't make any sense. That was a waste of time. But other than that, really, we're back into full gear. NFL, 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow.
And then the game.
It worked out with 2 games Monday.
2
2
games
games
Monday now.
Yeah.
Yep. We got
Whoa.
UFC. We got college ball.
Finally, we got USC back. It's been a minute. Jesus.
I'm
College
gonna try
football
to
is officially over.
be over.
Thank
You
God.
know.
The rumor,
I'm gonna try
the coaching carousel has not stopped, but we'll get into that later on.
We'll
get to
definitely get
it.
into that. But I guess we start off the show with the fantasy football recap. And
Boy.
do I say it?
Oh,
Like, do I go
yes.
off rip?
I
Do
think
just
you
rip
need to
it
just,
off?
you just gotta rip the band-aid off, more.
Rip the
I rip
Band-Aid
the
off.
Band-Aid off.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Eight-seeded Kelly. Their way to 7.
But I can't believe she brought it home.
The Heat every single week. It made it to the championship and pulled off what is considerably the biggest upset in fantasy football.
Football
I agree.
history.
I agree. I tell you
Boy.
what. When she put her team together, we saw Mahomes, we saw Kelsey. We were like, okay, so she's relying on the Kansas City Chiefs to win her championship. And it's crazy, too, because she kind of got lucky. Because Mahomes didn't play Week 18, obviously. Kelsey didn't play Week 18. Who the fuck she ended up starting a quarterback that week? I don't even know who she started.
Probably Jared Goff.
I think Goff,
she
maybe,
did
or
start
somebody
Jared
else.
Goff.
Our playoff went to week 17.
Oh,
I thought we went to
yeah,
Week
it
18.
did.
Oh,
Nah,
no. My other league went to Week 18, which oh, by the way, also, I am the championship winner in my work league Discord. We're about
And I am the championship winner in the family league with Kelly and them. And
Yeah,
I
that's-
hired her dad.
champion winner in my work league, so that
Damn,
Yeah, I
Gabe.
got-
Damn, Gabe.
Hey man, I got.
you're just sitting around you're sitting around a bunch of champions right now. You don't know what to
Listen,
do.
listen. I'm not gonna lie. When I
Listen,
lost in
Linda.
that semifinal on Monday night, I wanted to cry.
Oh,
How do you think I felt when I lost? By
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts throwing that pick.
oh yeah,
Oh no,
that was rough.
I was scot free. I was like, come on, kick the extra point. I was like, yeah, it's over. She won.
Yeah.
Even the crazy part is, if me and Ryan would have made it to, either me or Ryan made it to the final, we would have
We
won.
probably win the damn thing.
Yeah.
And
But,
I
hey,
will say
man.
this: the one thing I've noticed is there were actually a few trades that kind of like shaped the playoff and shaped the season. Obviously, the trade
we-
between Gabe and
before
Mike.
we go any,
Yeah, go
can
ahead.
we go any further? Say it with me. No more 8-man PPRs. I'm not doing it again. No, I'm not. No.
No. That would never happen again.
No, we can't do that.
No, because I'm not gonna lie, dude, it was ridiculous when the team was putting up 171 and still losing.
Or in Sean's case, putting up 170 and losing by like point whatever to me that one week in the regular
I was like,
season. That was
next year we
painful.
need-
I
we need
actually
that.
felt bad for him.
We need 10.
Mm-hmm.
We need
Yes.
10.
We need 10. We'll
We-
get
we
10
need-
started this
Yeah,
year.
we could. I don't mind the 8-man playoff. That I
No.
don't mind.
It goes
But
faster.
10? But 10? But 8-man people? Nah, hell no.
Hell no. But
Hell no. I will tell you though. I think it ended up working out who we wanted to do the punishment that final weekend.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it fucking did.
so the situation was that if I beat Kelly would instantly have to do the punishment. But I ended up losing the first week because I had no Tyreek Hill, and everybody on my team decided to say fuck it and underperform.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my fault.
No.
I lost week 1, and that put Cornbread on the hot seat. So, and I forgot what else happened. I think
So here's what
I
happened.
lost.
So Kelly had to beat you. Brian had to beat Joey.
Which
And
that
then
was so terrible.
And the loser out of me and Cornbread would have to do the punishment. That's why I was like, hold on, let me win. Because I have a funny feeling something funny about to happen that first week.
Yeah.
And because I beat Cornbread going into Sunday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all matchup was pretty much done by Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cornbread was just sitting here hoping and praying that Joey
I should have won, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, but
I was surprised I beat Sean twice in a season. Like that's especially with the lineups that we had, that's tough to do in our league. Like I beat him to get my first win way back after I was 0-4. He turns around, smacks me the second time, and then I squeaked by him in the playoffs. I was like, damn. It really came down to that. I was like, fuck.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a fun league.
It was a great league.
I had fun. I can't speak for anyone else, but I had fun.
It was definitely fun.
mm-hmm.
It was definitely
feel like
fun.
we know what we need to do next
Mhm.
time around because
Yeah.
I'm tired of the super teams I had to play against every.
You had
week.
one of your own, though.
No, but it's annoying because
No, it is.
it's so annoying because it's like you're just looking and it's like I don't know about y'all, but I overthought my lineup.
Oh, every week. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was the biggest thing, like overthinking the lineup because you're looking at the matchup, you're like, damn, like it's a good matchup, but like, what if he only scores like 5-6 points? Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's just
Mhm.
like,
You need players to put up 15 points individually.
Mm-hmm.
literally,
Like I'm like, this was too much. I felt like an NFL scout. I
Right.
felt
Mhm.
like the waiver wire. I've never seen a waiver wire attack so much.
the waiver
Oh,
wire got in like literally empty.
Well, here's the
like,
problem too. Is I mean, I feel bad for Joey because it seems like he was pulling 5 or 6 players off the waiver wire every fucking week.
man's team was getting hurt day by day, week by week.
That's where the We Want Milk came in.
Duh, bro. I just felt bad for you. Like that's terrible.
But
I will tell you before we move on.
Yeah,
What's one player that everyone will not be drafting next year?
I'm not drafting Stephon Diggs as long as he's in Buffalo. I will never touch him. I would never trade for him. I would never draft him.
Let me go look at my lineup and then I'll tell you.
I got a list. Hold on, I got a
He
list.
would never
How
be
long
on
do
my
fucking list, Gabe? Jesus.
Hold on,
Travis
I got
Kelce
Travis
would-
Kelce, Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler. Who else?
You know who I'm not drafting next year?
Austin Eckler will never touch my team. I'm sorry. That would never happen.
I'm not drafting Bijan Robinson next year. I can't do it.
Next year, it might be a little bit better because they're gonna have a new head coach.
You know who I will tell you this, and now we flip that side really quick. You know who I am drafting next year? There's 2 players I have on my draft board, obviously,
All I
going
know
next year.
is, go ahead, because you're
I
gonna
think-
say one.
I think Breece Hall is going to be a top 5 fantasy running back next year again. I mean, anybody who plays fantasy knows this. I think we've officially seen the CD Lamb and Dak Prescott duo for like the future in fantasy. Like that is the future in fantasy. I think.
If you can get that stack,
God bless you.
And here's the thing, and I'll say this coming from my perspective. So, obviously, Gabe and I made that trade. He gave me CD Lamb. I think, if I remember correctly, I happened to just pick Dak Prescott up off the waiver wire one week because I needed a quarterback, and then obviously the rest is history. But like, if you can get like a 2-man stack or like a 3-man stack, now don't pull a Gabe and draft
no,
3
no,
play
don't do
and get don't pull a
don't,
Gabe.
don't do a 3-man. Don't do a 3-man.
Just do 2.
You know who else I'm not gonna draft next year?
Who?
If I see them, Trevor Lawrence. They ain't happening.
Well,
No, I know I'm not drafting.
he got
I know
hurt
I'm
too.
not
That was
drafting.
half the problem.
No, but it's like so many players. I mean, Justin Herbert was fine for me till he got hurt.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he was balling. Who are you
It's
not
like once
drafting,
Justin
really?
I'm not drafting Tony Pollard's bitch ass no more.
Oh, that was a mistake on your end.
I could
Yeah,
have
I got him late, and then I drafted Chubb, and I was like, look, I had Chubb, I had Pollard, and I had Aaron Jones. I'm not drafting Aaron Jones again either.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm avoiding running backs in committees.
Have to.
That was my issue.
When you say running back then committee, do you mean like two running backs from the same team?
Yeah, pretty much like split.
So, Lions.
Hey, I'm getting. Hey, if I can, I'm getting David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs next year.
Yep. They're going to be just fine.
If you can get both, then it works out.
Gabe, I want you to. Go ahead, Mark.
Because the thing is, they split the entire load of the whole game, and it's like they're getting damn near the same stats every game. So it's just like at that point, it's like, shit, if I can get both, I'm getting like 10, 15 points in one game. So I'm getting 30 points from 2 people off rip. Like that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps.
Who do you think is number 1 pick next year?
McCaffrey.
I think it's got to be Christian McCaffrey.
It's got to be McCaffrey. It has to be McCaffrey, Tyreek, or CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. I agree with that.
If it's not one of those 3, you're bugging.
You're picking wrong. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. And then right under that would probably Jefferson and Chase.
Yeah.
What the hell happens?
Depending on what happens with that quarterback situation, but that's the 3 that has to go first. Like, if you're not picking one of those 3 off rip, and the crazy thing is, I got Tyreek Hill like 8th pick.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, if you're not picking one of those 3 off rip, like in the first 3 picks,
you're tripping.
Crazy.
Yeah, I will tell you. I tell people all the time: get your 2 wide receivers, get you a good running back, because you can find an RB2 out of nowhere.
Yes, you can.
That's not a problem.
That's very true.
Get you a bell cow, and that's it.
But we'll go ahead and move on. Next year will definitely be an even better league, in my opinion. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that when the time comes. But college football playoffs obviously ended this past Monday night. Michigan beat Washington 34-13. Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards combined for 237 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Absolutely unbelievable. We saw Michael Penix struggle against Michigan, and I didn't think that was a thing because honestly, the Michigan defense is not really like that eye-popping, but they made some very key plays in that game. So it's like it's kind of a surprise. It's kind of a shock because I haven't seen Michigan defense play like that all year until they got to the national championship.
Like their front 7 was smooth all year, on and off.
Yeah, their front 7 was.
Secondary was always a question mark, and their secondary showed up. But
that happened. So Michigan are the national champions. I hate to say that, but is what it is. But we're recapping the entire playoffs. So of course it started with Michigan beating Bama 27-20. And then Washington beat Texas 37-31, which a game, a lot of people, I feel like, in my opinion, once Washington won that game, I feel like the hype just skyrocketed.
Yep.
And everybody expected this shootout of a game between Washington and Michigan. Granted, I would have loved to saw that. Who wouldn't love to see that?
Yeah.
But you have to think about it like this. Texas defense is not, they haven't really played a team that has a passing attack like Washington does.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Michael Penix was just throwing it through the air, was just letting it go, like letting it go every chance he got and made it look easy. Michigan, however, they play teams that pass the ball a lot, so it's not hard for them to be like, okay, they want to pass the ball, fine. We'll be playing for the pass almost every single play, and that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what happened. When you have a quarterback is able to make plays like Michael Penix is, and I'm not saying that their run game is not as great, but you don't see Washington run the ball that much.
No.
That's the
Well,
only thing
the
about it.
problem
I
too
think
was
that was
Dylan
the only
Johnson.
thing. That was the only problem that they don't run the ball as much. They're passing the ball more than anything. So they were ready for the pass at all times, and it made it easier for them to play defense. One thing about it, when you play in the defense hands, the defense is going to win 90% of the time, literally. So
It doesn't help that Dylan Johnson was banged up too. He had what, like 2 carries, and then he left the field again. Like he got hurt in the
Mhm.
semi, and I was surprised he played in the championship game. I really
right,
was, because I mean, he's announced. So obviously, if you've been living under a rock, he's announced he's going pro. Penix is going pro. All three receivers on that offense are going pro.
right.
Um, is that one of the best wide receiving cores we've seen in a while? Like I think that's
Mm,
fair to say, right? It's good. It's not
if you
great,
made
but
a,
it's good.
maybe if you made like a top five, maybe
I think
maybe
it's top
borderline.
5. I mean, I still think.
Mm,
Mar, what was the wide receiver room that Bama had that was disgusting? It was like Devontae Smith, you had John Mechie, you had Henry Ruggs. Who else was in that room? You remember what year that was?
You had the year that we beat Georgia. We had Devontae Smith, we had Henry
Mm-hmm.
Ruggs, we had Jalen Waddle, and
Oh
we had
yeah,
didn't he
that
have
was.
Didn't he
Calvin
have
Ridley
Burton
was
too
there
when he
too.
was younger?
I don't know if Bolton was on that team. Was he a freshman?
Jerry Judy was on that team.
Jerry Judy. That wide receiver room might be the best we've ever seen.
That,
Like,
and
and
then
it's
you had LSU.
who's the
You had
quarterback that
LSU.
year? Was that Tua?
It was Jalen Hurts
Jalen
and
Hurts
Tua.
and Tua. Yeah, that's right. Because that was a
Because
year
when Tua
before
came
Jalen
in,
transferred
he
out.
had Devontae Smith open for that streak route, and he
Yeah,
scored a touchdown.
that's what won him the game.
Yeah, but
Um,
Washington had a very good receiving core, so I feel like they'll definitely make a difference in the NFL. It's just a matter of putting them in the right
Fit.
system
mhm, yep,
and the right fit. You know what I
absolutely
mean?
system.
But of course, Florida State played Georgia, and to the surprise
there
of
was a
no one,
there was a murder aired on live TV. If you didn't see the score, it was
surprise
63-3. No, we're not
to
surprised.
the surprise of no one, 63-3 was
Ooh.
the final score in that game.
In the
Um,
eyes of the angel.
Yeah,
so
it's
so
a
I just
Sam,
I just
Sam,
want to say
Sam McLaughlin special.
this is the team that everybody wanted in the college football playoffs, huh? That's the team. Florida State was the team because they absolutely got their mouths kicked in.
Hmm.
So now, granted, they had a lot of opt outs, they had a lot of transfers.
So did
Or
fucking
whatnot.
Georgia.
But the
Okay.
thing is, this is
Not
my thing. Let me speak on this piece.
Hmm.
This piece right here. I feel like, okay, you missed the college football playoffs. Okay, I understand. They should have been in it. I get it, right? But here's the thing that kind of just throws everything off for Florida State. Number
Hmm.
one, I said it before. You have 5 members that are on that college football playoffs committee.
Hmm.
5 members of the ACC,
Hmm.
and they didn't even want Florida State in the playoffs. That's where the problem starts. You
mhm.
have 5 members of your own conference saying that they don't need to be in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Nope.
Who do you blame at that point? Who can you say like, oh, it's y'all fault? They didn't even want y'all in it. They
No.
did not want y'all in it at all. So when they play a team, so now they're out of the playoffs. They have to play against Georgia. It's just everybody just quit. Everybody quit. Everybody didn't want to play. Everybody wanted to go pro. Everybody wanted to go in the transfer portal. It's like, where's the heart at? Like,
None.
you,
It
you, you
The
wasn't.
don't
ones they found.
you don't
Once,
get what you want. You don't get what you want, and you just quit.
Mars,
I
like
mean,
falling off a bike when you scratch your knee. You don't know where the hell your skin goes, but you still got the mark on it.
Like, where's the heart at? Because
None.
last time I checked, you don't get what you want, and you just gonna quit.
I guess it proved that way.
It
A
just
lot of
it
guys
don't
opted out, transfer portal.
it just does not make sense to me, honestly. Like,
You
granted,
want to know
that's what.
Go ahead. You know what
No,
it
okay,
is?
yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, I think it's more of a generation thing more than anything. Because honestly, if it was any of us, I would have been out there.
Yeah.
Be
mhm.
like, you know what? One last time with my boys before I graduate
Oh.
or I leave, I would have been out there. But I just found it so funny that they rose up. To your point, they rose a whole fit.
Yeah, through a whole
Whole,
fit just to
whole
quit.
governors, politicians sending
Oh yeah,
emails
that was
ask,
rough. That's rough.
asking what could happen, and then half of the team don't show up.
Mhm.
After, like, well, what was the point? If you wanted to prove a point, you should have went out there and gave Georgia a good game.
Yeah.
Because if you gave Georgia a good game, people would thought, oh, maybe they should have been there.
Maybe they should have been
Yeah.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now, nobody expects you to win. Give them a good game. That's the issue. But they all just thought, we didn't get what we want. We just gonna quit.
Right. And
I
that's
don't.
I feel like that didn't work out. It's just you threw this big fit on national TV, this
Mhm.
big fit, on a national platform just to quit.
Mhm.
What was the point? That's all I'm saying. Like, what was the point of all of this if you're just not going to play? So that happened. Obviously, Bama lost to Michigan, which the play call didn't agree with it. There was a spot where Jalen Milroe could have followed,
The
a
left
blocker
side behind the left guard.
behind the left guard, but he didn't follow it, and he slipped.
And it was a bad snap.
Honestly, and it was a bad snap.
Shit snap.
Honestly,
Forget bad
I
snap. It
feel
was a
like
shit snap.
one thing about it, I feel like I felt good after Texas lost
Mhm.
because if you want to be completely honest, it goes Michigan, Washington, then Florida State, then either Texas or Bama, and then you can put
Mhm.
Texas over us because they beat us.
Mhm.
Cool, but you put Texas over Florida State, so I'm like, okay, they're gonna put Bama over Florida State because there's no way they put Texas over Florida State. So when they put Bama over Florida State, I'm like, okay, cool. We don't need to be in it, but cool, whatever. We lose to Michigan. I'm like, I hope Texas lose. I literally said that. That was the first thing I said
Yep.
as soon as we lost. I hope
Mhm.
Texas, because this just goes to show that we didn't need to be in it, and Texas didn't need to be number 3.
Mhm.
Because honestly, I feel like if you put Texas against Michigan, it might be a different game. But that's just how I feel.
I
But
think the defense would have given them more of a run though.
more of a, yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't know. Just I can't wait to see how they do the 12-team playoffs
Right
this
now,
upcoming season.
they're currently going. It's a 5+7 model, so you would have 5. So it would essentially be the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12 all get an automatic bid. They're champion. Then you take the two. I think it's the 2 highest ranked group of 5 teams would make up the 5, and then the other 7 are all
At
quote
large bid.
unquote. I guess if you want to call it for the sake of college basketball in that sense, yes, it'd be an at-large bid. So like, I I'm not gonna go on my anti-expansion rant here. I'm not gonna do that on this podcast. That's a whole nother podcast for a whole nother day.
Yeah.
I mean, Mar, you know this. You watch
Mhm.
SEC ball. Joey, you know this. You watch SEC ball. There's some years, and we might have this next year depending on what happens, where you have A team that's like playing an SEC schedule goes like, I don't know. Let's say, for argument's sake, Bama goes like 9-3 next year, and then wins the SEC championship. Okay, that's fine. Let's say you have like a Georgia, or let's say somebody else in the SEC is better, like has a better record than them, doesn't make the championship game, doesn't get the audio bid, and then they're like a 7 or an 8 seed, and they have to travel. Normally, you would be like, well, what the fuck is this? They had a better record. Why are they having to travel? Like, I feel like down the road, you might run into that problem of where you're getting teams, not that aren't deserving enough to win the championship, but like I feel like depending on how all this conference realignment shakes out and everything too, because that's still a work in progress. I just don't know sometimes if you're going to see teams that deserve to like hosting games. I think it is one of my biggest concerns. I don't know. It's going to be an exciting year next year just because the Big 12 is expanding, the Big 10 is expanding, the SEC they're kind of doing what the SEC does. They're just adding Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, I don't know. On to next year, I guess.
Right.
Oh, that's all I got.
Anything else? I mean, of course,
Oh,
transfer portal's been popping.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have one more thing
Go
for
ahead.
the national championship game.
Yeah.
I don't know, and this is just me personally from watching them play 4 years in a row. I don't know if we're ever going to see a duo like Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum in college football again for a while.
Yeah, we
I
haven't
don't
seen
think
one like
so.
that in a while, personally, but
Neither of them. Oh, so speaking of fucking Blake Corum, guess what he's doing? Coming
going
back
to the
next
draft.
year. No.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I think he's coming
Who?
back to Michigan.
Well,
Why? He has nothing else to prove.
Wait, who's coming back?
He's
I
going
think
to
Blake
ruin his.
Corum.
Ryan said Blake, that running back from Michigan, Corum.
Oh, so he need to go. He need to go.
He need to
Well,
go.
he's ruining his draft stock. Because honestly, if you ask me,
Is that official already, Ryan?
Hang on. Give me 1
I'm about
second.
to
I
say,
saw it.
yeah, please figure that out. Because that's crazy.
That don't sound right. Because usually I'm thinking McCarthy's gone. I'm thinking Corum and Edwards is gone. I'm thinking their wide receiver Wilson will probably be gone.
I'm not gonna lie. Before the national championship, I had Corum graded as a 2nd-round pick.
I agree with that.
After the national championship, I think he sneaks his way into the 1st round.
Running backs.
like first round.
Running backs though.
Yeah. Granted.
So I think he'll probably be a top 45 pick.
Yeah. That's what I have. But at the same time, like after that performance, after what he just did,
shows he could be a bell cow.
I think he sneaks his way into the 1st round. And
Philly, we need a running back.
There might be a few teams. There might be a few teams that's going to need a running back here.
Baltimore.
Yeah. So, but we'll get in that.
He is strongly considering entering the draft. I don't think he's made an official decision yet.
Yeah, to the 15th. 2 more days.
So yeah, Joey. Now that you bring that up, go ahead and kind of fill everybody in on what that day
So pretty
is.
much, I don't know what the 20th is. I forget what the 20th is, but it's the 15th. I think you have to like submit your intent if you are deciding to come in or return to college on the 15th.
Yeah.
If you decide to come out, I think there's a window of a sort. I saw something to where you have to the 20th to, I think, withdraw, I think.
Yeah, I think once you put your name into the draft, you have 5 days from the 15th to the 20th to like actually like legitly make a decision. Be okay, like okay, I'm going, or I'm coming back. The one everybody's waiting on right now is JJ McCarthy.
One thing I will say, and I'll give credit when credit is due, I told Mar that I didn't think, even though it was a run fest, I do give McCarthy his props. He did throw the ball well during the 2 playoff games combined. Besides that one play that got overturned on the first pass where he threw an interception, it got overturned, of course. But besides that, I would say for the most part, his accuracy was on point. But I don't know where I'm going to I don't know where. I
Oh,
think honestly, if he does decide to come out, I think he's kind of close to, especially due to his age. Teams are gonna like that. He's gonna be probably close to where the range of Bo Nix could be.
mhm.
Where I got
That's
Bo
all
Nix as quarterback 4.
That's all I got.
Does anyone know if Caleb Williams make his decision?
Not
Or is
yet.
it
I don't know, but Mar, did you hear what Caleb Williams said though?
What?
He came out. So you're gonna laugh at this. I thought he was bullshit when he said this.
Nope.
He legit came out word by word and said, "Before I actually confirm, I want to make sure that the Bears trade their pick before I confirm." He doesn't want to be in Chicago. He legit says, "Yo, pretty much screw the Bears," because you know why? I think he wants to go home and play.
Yeah, he wants to go to DC,
Yeah,
which I respect. But
Yeah, so do I.
at the same time, you really don't have a choice at that point.
No.
Unless you try to pull a whole Eli and do the draft day trade shit, but
Right. You feel me? But
which the way
I
his personality is looking, I mean,
right.
it might.
But, transfer portal has been popping, of course, and I think the most notable transfer that we've seen in this past week, Evan Stewart, who's the number 2 ranked receiver in the portal, is now officially an Oregon Duck.
Oh my.
Quack.
Um.
Him and Dylan Gabriel.
Which
Or
so
Dante
him
Moore.
the new 1-2 punching in Eugene, Dylan Gabriel and Evan Stewart. I think that will be a notable
Fire.
1-2 punch to be watching
Mhm.
in the next season or so.
I agree.
Colorado has been pulling in some transfers, some notable transfers, so they might have themselves a nice little season, a
They
nice little
also
campaign
landed
next year.
that. They landed that 5-star offensive tackle a couple weeks ago, who's
Yeah,
pretty
in
fucking.
recruiting.
He's
Which
a
I do-
math. That kid is
I do
huge.
want to speak on Colorado just for a brief moment before we do move on. I feel like the first season, yes, okay, the first season you didn't really have much. The
No.
first season, you just
Nope.
had the skill positions, you just had the talent
Mhm.
that Dion brought with him,
Mhm.
and that's it. But granted, already off rip, a better season than the season before.
Yes.
It didn't finish a great season, but the season before 1-11, already better season. I feel like
Yes.
if you give this program time, I think, and this is just me, I think they could be competing in a bowl this next season.
I agree with that.
I can also agree with that. I mean,
Mar, you are forgetting one other team though who had a pretty good
Who?
transfer portal. Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss did too.
They got a whole entire new defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I agree with you on Ole Miss, Joey, the only reason I'm like kind of out on Ole Miss right now. I mean, you lost your best running back to Ohio State. Like that's not going to
And-
help.
Oh, here's the thing though. That's a team. Yes, he was a good talent.
They're
one
getting
thing I'll say
Travion
about Ole Miss-
Henderson back too. Speaking of which,
Yeah, I was shocked Ohio State got that back, but that's gonna be another good combo of backs. But Ole Miss, they bell cow their backs. They don't really bell cow. They split the carries, and
hi honey,
they still got Jackson Dart into the mix. So
where are you?
I think they'll be all right.
But
Okay.
I think we covered everything we needed to cover. So now, the topic of the podcast is damn, we're getting old, and I think we're getting old because we done seen an end of an era in a lot of places this week. Pete Carroll is out in Seattle after what? How many seasons? Like
I think they said 14 maybe. I think.
14. Yeah,
I think I could be
14
wrong, but
seasons.
it could be. It was a while.
14 seasons. Bill Belichick is out of New England after 24 seasons. And to the surprise of everyone, nobody was expecting this to come, but Nick Saban has officially retired as the Alabama head coach after 17 seasons. So we've seen the end of an era in a lot of places this week. And I think, let me just start by saying this. I think we've seen all three of these coaches for a good majority of our lives.
Especially me.
For a good majority of our lives.
Way to
we've
call
seen
yourself
these
old,
coaches-
Joey.
I
Yeah,
already am old. I know
way
that.
to call yourself old, bud.
I know I'm old.
But
Yeah.
we've seen these coaches for a majority of our lives. I mean, I'm only 23 going on 24 this year. I've seen all three of these coaches damn near my whole life. And I will say Nick Saban, starting with Nick Saban, because, of course, I'm a Bama fan. Roll Tide Roll.
Go.
Started with Nick Saban.
Go.
He's the reason why I started to love football. He's the reason why I started to, I like Bama. I think that first year he was the head coach of Bama. He went to the national championship in 2009 against Texas and absolutely kicked the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, this team's good. And ever since then, ever since that day, ever since that year, I've always been Roll Tide Roll. Because, like, to come in, I just feel like as a coach, to come in and do what Nick Saban did on such short notice, it's absolutely insane. It's crazy. And, he was already a winning coach before he went to Bama. He won a national championship at LSU,
Mm-hmm.
and he had that brief coaching stint in Miami for the Dolphins, and he went to Bama. So,
Nope. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
look.
Nope. No. So. For those
Go
of you
ahead,
probably know, I am a Dolphins fan. When we brought in Nick Saban, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna stick around. He's gonna do good things. We're gonna go places. Then all of a sudden he was like, bye. And then, I mean, obviously we fell off a cliff for a few years after that. I I just think I don't think we're ever gonna see anyone come close to doing what Nick Saban has done at Alabama.
No.
And my favorite part about Nick Saban is it's just the way he's adapted to college football over the years. Like the way he's adapted to how the game has changed, how NIL is, how the transfer portal came about. Like he won with so many different players, so many different quarterbacks, so many great talents. I think the number is 44 first round draft pick. The next person behind him has like 23, 24. I don't remember who it is.
And more than likely, since he is retired and this will be his last class that gets drafted, more than likely he'll probably have
He'll have 4, 5.
4.
I think there's 4,
Say about
potentially
both
5.
corners. Both
Mhm.
corners. That's 2. Latham 3. Dallas Turner's 4. So I'll say
4.
about 4. That's about 4.
You don't really have a wide receiver coming out this year, do you? Normally they do.
Yeah, Burton, but he's probably like a late day 2, early day 3.
Mhm. I mean, they already have a replacement
The only one that could get
at
buzz
Bama.
because of his flexibility and his positioning is Boswell,
Where's my puppy?
or that other linebacker outside of
Oh
Dallas
yeah,
Turner.
yeah,
He
yeah.
might
I
get some
don't
buzz.
remember.
He's more of an athlete guy.
Mhm.
I'll say 4 right now.
I was more surprised about the Pete Carroll news, I think, than anything else. I
I
mean,
was more shocked about.
they were
Fuck.
what, a
Hold
game
on.
out?
Before we roll over, how do y'all feel about that hire for Alabama?
The
I thought they was gonna go Lane Kiffin. That's what I thought they was gonna go. Go ahead.
I don't hate it. Okay, he's had a very winning
Successful.
record in
he's like
Washington.
in Washington he's like I don't
102
know.
and like 43,
Yeah, and
which is
then
pretty crazy. Now, granted, a lot of people are giving him hate because he had a speech with Washington, and I feel like he already knew what the deal was at that point. He knew that he was going to be leaving, but when
You
you
don't
think
pass
about
up an opportunity for Bama.
when you think about a job at Alabama, let alone the head coach job, you don't pass that up.
No.
you can't. You don't have a
Especially when
choice.
you're getting offered this job. You're
Mhm.
not going to chase it. You got offered that job. You don't pass that up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I look at it. It's certain things in life that you just don't pass up,
No.
especially when you know how life changing it could be for you in your future. A coaching job at Bama, one of the most honestly, I think no bias involved, but one of the most dominant programs there's been in the last 20 years.
I agree with that.
You don't pass that up. You just don't.
Hey, Mar.
There's no passing that up. So I feel like it's a good hire. I feel like it came kind of quick. It came quicker than I expected it to be. But at the same time, we need somebody. We need a coach. So and hopefully, I feel like him being the new head coach, I feel like we can still pull some players in because he just took Washington to a national championship.
Mhm.
I don't know if that means something to people, but I think that means something to me. Like that's a coach.
And the good thing is, I like about that coach. I think he's going to evolve Jalen Milroe as a passer.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna have to.
No,
I mean,
he
look
will.
at what he
Milroe
did
has
with
the
Michael
arm-
Penix in 2 years.
Like, don't get me wrong, Milroe has the arm strength to get that ball downfield, but he's gonna work. He's actually gonna work his overall credentials as a passer. That's once I saw that, I was like, oh, he's gonna work the shit out of that arm.
But yeah. So honestly, it's definitely they're actually doing the
His introductory press conferences right now. Yeah.
currently watching it. So yeah, I just feel like if that doesn't mean something to some people, it means something to me. He just took a team to a national championship.
Of course.
So
And you know what's funny too? I think this is the best part. He's 5-0 against Dan Lanning, Steve Sarkisian, and there's one more. Who am I missing? There's one more on that list.
Forget the third one, but it's a
Yeah.
good name.
It's not against Michigan, obviously, because they just
No.
lost. But like, I just think it's funny that I think it's funny too because Mo, you know this, Gabe, you know this. Both of those matchups against Oregon this year, they were dogs. They were underdogs going in, and they won. Like,
I
if
think
that
both of them.
doesn't say something about the way he coaches his team, I don't know what does. It's also gonna
So
help. Yeah, go ahead.
my only question is, can he recruit on the SEC level?
He'll still
That's a
have
question
Saban
that-
around. So I'm sure Saban will help him in some
Saban
capacity.
said that he wants to help, still help Alabama around, but
He should.
hey,
That's my only issue. That's why I would have personally want Lane Kiffin.
I don't think
We all know
I don't think Lane
I-
Kiffin was leaving Ole Miss. I heard Ole Miss gave him a nice little payday.
didn't they just extended his contract, I think.
I think so. I know he's getting paid a nice little ching ching.
Well, I think too half the problem it's his baggage, all of his baggage that he brings with himself as a head coach. Not saying it's bad, but like it's not ideal. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think Lane Kiffin's just happy at Ole Miss. Like he's
Yeah.
been there a while. He knows what it takes to win, even if it means beating Penn State to do it. Gabriel.
Listen, was I right? Or was I right?
Yes, Gabe, you were right. I was wrong.
Good man.
My
So
bullying. I'm being bullied.
Saban is out. Pete Carroll is out. He's had himself a very extensive coaching career. Of course, he national champion with USC. Totally forgot about that USC stint that he had.
Oh,
Um,
that's what he was the coach during that classic against Texas.
yeah.
Oh
Super
man.
Bowl with the Seahawks. Actually went to the Super Bowl twice, but won one Super Bowl.
They went back to back too, didn't they? They went back to back years. Because they went for the first time.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so. Should have had two.
Well, if you don't run the ball, if you don't throw the ball,
Run the dang ball.
Yeah,
Run the
exactly.
dang
Yo,
ball.
Marv, before we get off the football topic,
Yeah.
I think I told Ryan this, and Gabe may know. Now there's no Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick. Do you know who the new longest coach is in the NFL?
He better know this.
You better know this.
Mike Tomlin.
There you
Yes.
go. You believe it, Ma? He's been there 17 years.
Yeah.
That's insane
Dude,
to me.
he's been in there since I was in middle school? Just starting middle school, maybe?
Probably.
He's been there since I was in elementary school.
Yeah, since I was in
Yep.
middle school. Yeah. God
That's
damn.
crazy.
Jeez.
I mean,
And never had a record under 500.
I think that's the best part.
Jeez.
Who would have thought?
I didn't
That
expect
fast
that.
though.
Well, I don't know. Like, you look at Pete Carroll. Like, you look at that fucking. You look at the way that team was kind of trending. Like, I don't know. You had him within what, one game of a playoff spot this year with fucking Geno Smith as your quarterback.
Mhm.
I will say this: whoever gets that job, I think he'll actually be okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who knows what they do at quarterback, whether they still think Geno Smith is the answer. He's a
think they're
bridge, he's a stopgap option for sure. He's not the
Yeah.
answer.
Honestly, I don't, unless one falls to him, maybe that could be in the wheelhouse of a, Bo Nix, a Penix,
You
or
know what would be
even
funny?
McCarthy.
You know
Even
what
let
would be
McCarthy
funny?
sit for a year.
It'd be funny if Michael Penix went to Washington and all of a sudden
I mean, I
go
know a
in a few
Seahawks fan that
hours-
wants it.
It's possible.
It's possible.
As long as Kenneth Walker stays healthy, you've got a good running back. You've got two really
Yes.
good wide receivers in DK and Tyler Lockett.
And Jackson Smith.
I forgot about him. Never mind. You have three good
And
wide
then-
receivers.
And then you have another good running back in Shaq Duvernay. So you got two good backs, three good receivers, an improving O-line, which
That
is young.
offensive
So they're
line's gotten a
drafting.
lot better, though.
Hey,
I mean, they were
guess what?
within. They were within. If they win, who would they? Oh, they needed Green Bay. They needed Green Bay to lose, I think, to get. They needed Green Bay to lose, I think, to get in the playoffs.
I think so.
But I mean, credit to Pete Carroll for having that team.
But remember,
Well,
Pete
up to
Carroll
the
is
end.
also still staying in office. And one thing I told you before,
Oh yeah, they
Pete
said they're gonna
Carroll-
keep him in like an front office role, right?
dude, he knows how to scout and he knows how to draft.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give him credit for that too. So they fixed that O-line in 2 years.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he left. I felt like he still had a few more years left in him.
Who, Pete Carroll?
I think so.
He's old, isn't he?
Yeah. He's getting up there. Like, he's not like, Father Time old, but he's not, spring chicken no more.
I think. I mean, I still think we haven't talked about Belichick yet. I feel like that has to be addressed.
His time was coming sooner or later.
Here's the thing with Bill
He-
Belichick. He is the greatest
to re-
coach of all time in the
Mm.
NFL. That's not up for debate.
Mm-mm.
The only problem I've ever had with Bill Belichick, and all of you can probably agree with me on this, when he tried to play GM the past few years in draft,
Yeah.
man, it was bad. It was so
For the most.
bad.
But one thing I'll give credit to some.
I swear to God, if
during
you tell me Bailey Zappi
No,
and Matt
no,
Jones
no,
were good
I'm not talking
options,
about the
I'm gonna
quarterback.
slap you.
I'm not talking about the QBs because
Thank God.
I didn't like the fit for Mac Jones, and then Zappy was a guy that just for depth originally. And that's what they thought he was going to be. But I'll give him Christian Gonzalez. I still think that's going to be a good solid
Oh,
pick.
Gonzalez will be just fine.
During the time, everyone can tell you who the fuck was Colton Strange, but Colton Strange is actually panning out to be a good guard. It's just like the skill position guys hasn't worked out. The quarterback hasn't worked. The wide receivers really, they got a young guy this year who looks decent, but I don't think he's that true stud. Yeah, they just need to find like the key positions on offense to draft. Like they can draft the big boys on either side with no problem. I'll give them credit for that. But their skill positions, they need to land that.
And Bill Belichick was also the best at taking players nobody has heard of and making them into some of the best in the NFL. I mean, nobody knew who Wes Welker was. Nobody really. Well,
Like some random
Julian
quarterback.
Edelman was okay with the Rams, but like nobody really knew who Julian Edelman was. I mean, people knew who Rob Gronkowski was, but like nobody expected him to become one of the best tight ends of all time. I mean, I'll give him credit for staying as long as he did. He was there, what, 14, 15 years?
Oh,
Mhm.
Like, I mean, Gabe knows the other side of that coin really well, beating him twice to win a Super Bowl.
Twice,
It's
not once,
insane.
twice, twice. Yeah, but
And I'll just say this to wrap up my piece on Bill Belichick. There are rumors floating around that he could possibly end up in Atlanta. No,
he
I don't know
needs to
how much I
retire.
believe that, but I agree with you, Gabe. I think he needs to just go. I think he
I
needs
think
to retire.
at this point in time,
Hmm.
that man, first ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh, of
he has
course.
nothing else to prove.
No.
Nothing else to prove.
Go sit your ass down.
He needs his own section in Canton, Ohio. That's what he
Yes.
needs.
What, the Bill
His own
Belichick
section.
wing?
Yes.
Hey,
Give him
That'd be awesome.
shoot, give him a wing, give him the whole building.
yeah, give him his own little room.
Give him his own
Give
little
him
building. Yeah.
give him everything. But the one thing I hate more than anything, and this is the same way I feel about Pop. He needs to retire. He need to go play with his grandkids.
He needs to go sit on a beach somewhere and just relax.
He need to go just sit on a beach and relax.
Amen.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, ever since Brady left,
It's kind of
kind of it's kind of ruining his legacy to the point that I think on this podcast, some of us said we think Andy Reid's a better coach than him.
I
I do
disagree.
like me some.
Oh,
I look.
gee.
Crazy thing is, I'll be real. Even though I'm a lifetime Eagle fan, I'd still pick Belichick over Reed.
I get
And
where
I
you're.
love
I will
Andy.
say
And I
this though,
love
Gabe. I
Andy
get
Reid.
where you're coming from. Like I completely
Right,
get
but
where you're coming from.
now, yeah, don't get it twisted. This man has probably brought me the two greatest memories of my lifetime. So,
Hey, I got
I
a
mean,
memory off him too. So
hey, man, I have no ill will towards the man. Hey, I got 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Some
got
people
one.
on this panel haven't even seen their team win one in their lifetime.
The only
But this
thing I
man
have
here,
to show for that whole era
I
and
got
for Bill
one.
Belichick is a fucking division title when
I
Tom
got you.
Brady tore his ACL. That's the only thing I have.
It's
Hey,
the
think
only
about
thing
this though, Gabe. My Eagles should have 2, but McNabb threw up, so I had to put the one down.
I forgot
Yeah,
about that one.
but I just sit here and I'm just thinking, like, he should have retired. What was the last Super Bowl he won?
Was with Brady.
2019?
With the
It was
20, it was 28-3. It was that
Yeah.
Super Bowl,
What
wasn't
year
it?
was that? No,
yeah,
I was in
Falcons.
college that year. What year
One
was
of the
that?
most. Ugh.
One of that, whatever that last Super Bowl was, that's when he should have been like, you know what, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done. But I think when you reach that age, I mean, and that's all you know.
It's hard to give it up.
It's hard to give it up. It's like a crackhead trying to quit crack. You don't know when to stop. But but he has to sit down. I truly hope that someone real close to him tells, look, Bill, you got nothing else to prove. Now, if he still wants to be involved in the sport,
Ooh.
cool. Take over. I'm pretty sure the Patriots would give him a role in the front office.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they do it. Or if you want to go the commentary route, pretty sure ESPN would do it. I don't see why, but I don't think that's his type of thing. But
No.
I
Belichick, who
I
wins? Patriots. Why?
crazy
Because Patriots.
Patriots. Well, I think he just needs to go sit down somewhere. I think the Patriots are right in letting it be a mutual termination. You can't fire a man like that.
Oh no.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
It's like
But
you can't fire Tomlin whenever Tomlin decides, hey,
Well,
I think it's
it's
my
like
time.
like we've all had coaches here. Like I had Tom Coughlin, you had Reed, he has Tomlin. I don't know who the hell Ryan has, but
I don't know.
I don't know. But it's just we've all had coaches that have been in our organization, and at one point or another, they've had to leave, or they're going to leave in a few years. I would hate to have heard that Tom Coughlin was fired. That's the
That would
day I
hurt.
would have went. That's the day I would have went to East Rutherford, find John Mayer, and I would have told him, here's a pair of gloves. I'm
Put
gonna
'em on,
use
bitch.
my hands, and I'm gonna knock you out. That's
Yep.
what I would have done. But I think, yes, he's the greatest coach of all time. He's the greatest coach of all time. He's up there. Saban's the greatest college coach of all time. As much as I'm an LSU fan, and it pains me to say it, he's the greatest coach. They're up there. But I think they need to either just step away. I like what Saban did. He didn't take
Yes.
another coach on. He said, "I'm going to stay with the organization and help out." That's what Bill needs to do. Or Bill needs to go sit down somewhere. But damn, we are getting old though.
Yeah.
We really are getting old.
One thing I'll say, and I'll never talk too much trash on this organization. At least me as a kid until now, I've seen two of the better coaches for Pittsburgh. I've seen Tomlin and I've seen what's his name, Mar? Coughlin. Duh. I don't know why brain fart's so bad. Good Lord. But yeah, I've seen two of the best coaches for Pittsburgh. He won it with Big Ben. Tomlin has one with Big Ben, right?
Yeah.
So two coaches got a Super Bowl out of Big Ben, and it's like a crazy tradition. At least I've noticed the two times I've seen the Steelers coach when they come to coaches. Oh man, it's impossible to find one. As soon as they brought in Tomlin, look at Tomlin's career now. So you got to think, at least when it comes to hiring, you got to think Pitt has one of the best hiring systems, and you're gonna end up having two Hall of Fame coaches.
So, but yeah, man, we're really getting old.
Getting old, man.
We're getting
Look, I
old.
still got my hairline still, but I'm getting old.
But think about it though. It's like we've seen so many legends walk
Come
out
and
the
go.
game.
And not even talking
Come
about
and
just
go.
coaches. Think about like all the quarterbacks. Like Manning's gone.
Yeah.
Both Mannings. Phil Rivers. Freaking Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers is coming to an end probably next, who the hell knows, probably next 2 years. All these QBs that we grew up on. Kurt Warner,
At least we still got Joe Flacco. At least we still got Joe Flacco.
Mars like, the hell?
No, hey man.
You don't even believe that.
Hell no, I don't. Hey man, Joe Flacco playing. He balling right now, but hold on, is that a cat? Hey man, hey, that cat better not end this podcast. He did it before. He did it. I've seen that cat jump on his computer and kick him out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he must stay on the floor. That's right. Take your black behind out the room. There you go. But, nah, because I've seen it before. We've been in
he's done it.
He's done it. But I guess we could talk about who the future greats are going to be out of this current generation of coaches.
If you still want to consider this generation, it's now coaching. Right now Belichick's gone, Pete Carroll's gone. My number one coach right now, I think it's like 1A, 1B. They're both good. Andy Reid, Tomlin. They're the two next ones that once their time is to go, they're going to be the next two that's going to be first class ballot.
What did I just walk back into? Sorry.
No, so since we've seen all the older coaches go, and we were naming players like the Mannings, the Phil Rivers, the Big Bens, that everyone else going. Now we're talking about this next upcoming class of generation. I'm like, who's the next great coaches? I'm like, well, if you want to count the coaches still coaching, I have Reid and Tomlin, who are going to be the next two that should be first class ballot for coaching for Hall of Fame.
No, I'm talking about like young coaches right now.
Oh, young coaches.
Well, there's a few.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. What about Zach Taylor? Bengals.
Zach Taylor. I think once they restructure that team up a little bit, I think he can get back to winning ways.
John Harbaugh's not young.
Oh, you know what else I forgot about? Fucking Harbaugh for Baltimore's been there for a minute.
Yeah, he's been there forever.
Damn, I forgot about him. Damn.
Didn't he win a Super Bowl already?
He beat his brother to do it with Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Okay.
That was during the game where the stadium lights turned off for some second, and then.
Oh, that was the Jacoby Jones 102-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start that game.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't got no
I
more
feel
thoughts
like
on this.
Ryan, we had to yell at your cat.
Yeah, he tried to jump on the computer.
Just
I feel
now?
like
When
Yeah,
you were gone. Yeah.
when you were gone.
When you had yourself on mute, we saw a black cat. He's like, hey now, get the fuck out of here.
Oh fuck.
But I feel like Bill Belichick, hands down, will forever be known and remembered as the greatest coach of all time.
he went to go look for him.
He went to go look for the cat. Yeah, I feel like Bill
Yeah.
Belichick will forever go down and be known as the greatest head coach of all time.
I won't disagree with that.
And it's no question about it. And a lot of people, in the most recent years, do I feel like Belichick should have, called it quits
Yes.
before these seasons? Yeah, absolutely. But
This guy?
No, not
Yeah.
him.
No, the darker
nah,
one.
that was him.
You talking about my
And-
dog?
Wait, does he have a dark tail?
Yeah.
It
Come
could have
here,
been him.
shithead. Ah,
Yep.
stop it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
he
it
does
was
that.
him.
He does that.
But yeah, Bill Belichick will forever be known as the greatest head coach in the NFL.
And it's not
And
close.
it's not even close. You can't even say it's close.
I have
No.
a question that I want to pose to you guys.
Okay.
Is there any chance this is a far-fetched thing here? Is there any chance we don't see Gerard Mayo last more than a couple seasons in New England? Like, I don't know why, but something of me is thinking that he's like a
Reynolds?
stopgap. Yeah, I think he's like a 1 to 2 year head coach, and then they find somebody else. I still think Mike Vrabel should have been the guy.
I saw that it should have been Mike Vrabel all along.
Like, I'm sorry. Now, in fairness to Mike Vrabel, like, I mean, his teams have been okay in Tennessee.
Nothing
Apparently they
great,
want to
but
go Antonio Pierce. But Pierce said,
Antonio
I'll
Pierce
tell
is
you
going
right
to
now,
stay
the
in Vegas,
Raiders-
I think.
oh, Ryan, did you tell them what the Raiders thing said?
Oh,
to one of the players? Oh, Mar,
so,
wait till you hear this shit.
Ma, listen to this shit. There have been rumors, and Max Crosby has come out and confirmed this himself. If Antonio Pierce doesn't stay as head coach in Vegas, he is going to actively pursue a trade from Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised by that. I just wanted
The
to.
culture fits them. Like, they played well with him. So why the fuck not?
Well,
That's
Like,
I
some of the
think
most
too.
wins
I
I've
think
seen
he
the Raiders
gets it.
get.
I think he gets it. Is what I think. 'Cause I
Like,
think he
How many
understands.
wins did the Raiders finish with? 7, 8?
Mhm.
I
That's the
think they
most
went.
wins
Did
I've
they
seen.
go? They might have gone 7-9 or like 6-10. But they were still. Yes, they were still good.
Like, defensively, the way their defense looked at times, that was some of the best Raiders defense I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm. I
Especially
think
that
just,
whooping they put on the Chargers.
I think just the last thing we're gonna see. Like, I think this is I'll put my kind of bow on this special on this head coach's thing is. I think we're only gonna see the league now start to just get younger and younger.
Yeah.
The league is going to get younger and younger, and even though we should have, everybody should have knew this was coming. I
Mhm.
mean, it's obvious, it's clear as day. It was going to happen.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things. Like, you literally have to be like, well, it was going to happen eventually.
Mhm.
It was going to be a matter of time that it happened, and now that
Mhm.
it's happening,
Mhm.
hey, we're in the new age of the NFL.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We're in the new age of the NFL, and that's just that. That's it. There's no other way to go about it. Get some
No.
sun in here. It's kind of dark.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like you closed the window a little bit.
But yeah, man. Honestly, I just feel like at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, Bill Belichick, greatest head coach of all time.
Yep.
Not even close. Nick Saban, greatest college head coach of all time. Not even close. Pete Carroll has definitely left a mark on the NFL as a head coach. So, we hate to see him go, but it was only a matter of time. Literally, it was only a matter of time. We do have a little bit of time left. The NFL playoffs is officially here, and we want to kind of go over that
Got a
just
game in 2
for a
hours.
little bit.
Just
Yeah,
briefly.
actually in 2 hours, really. So we'll briefly go over this and give our opinions, our picks, and we'll keep it rolling. Starting at 4:30 here in the next 2 hours. You have 5-seeded Cleveland Browns heading to Houston to take on the 4-seeded Houston Texans. And then at 8:10 on Peacock, pause.
The NFL made a
8:10
stupid decision when that,
8:10
but
later
that's
tonight.
fine.
6-seeded Miami Dolphins against the 3rd-seeded Kansas City Chiefs.
In the frigid cold.
In the frigid cold, ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a snowstorm.
That's some
here in
cold
the-
tuna.
It's like negative 14 degree.
14.
What did you just say?
That's some
fuck?
cold tuna.
You
What the fuck,
Oh,
Joey?
man.
fucking Joey, what the fuck?
Oh, and
Do
Sunday
you want me to
night,
cut that out of the video?
Sunday.
no.
No,
Fine.
keep it. Sunday, 4:30. 7-seeded Green Bay heads to Dallas, take on the 2nd-seeded Cowboys. 8 o'clock Sunday night, it will be the Rams in Detroit to take the Lions
Best
on.
game of the weekend.
That'll be the
Yes.
game. I hope that's the game of the weekend too. I agree.
And then Monday night, on Monday, it will be Pittsburgh heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday night on ABC, Philadelphia is heading to Tampa to take on the Bucks. So
Ooh, baby.
these 3 days is full of some drama.
Mhm.
I
I'm
think
gonna
this
let
will
it be
be.
known now.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I'm gonna let it be known now. Do not be surprised. Just don't be surprised. That's all I gotta say. I
Oh.
don't know.
Oh, I was waiting for something.
I was
good.
too. I was like, oh,
I
don't
know,
be surprised. What?
I was gonna get the popcorn ready. I'm like, oh, what else you about to say?
Oh yeah, don't be surprised if you see Green Bay get blown out by like 30 points.
Don't
I
see? I disagree with you. I would be. I wouldn't be surprised. So here's how I see this weekend shaking out. It won't. I haven't really decided on where I'm gonna go with that Houston Cleveland game yet.
I do.
I mean, I think
I got Houston.
I think
got
Houston
Houston.
wins it at home.
I think I got the Browns. I'm gonna just go ahead and give all my just get out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give all your
So
pick.
here's what I think for the divisional round. I've got Houston winning at home. Who's the game tonight?
Houston.
Then it's your tuna fishes and the Chiefs.
Nah, I don't think we get it done in the cold. Give me Kansas City at home. I have no faith in my
You
team.
motherfuckers, are y'all even fans for real?
I'm
God
a
damn.
fan, yes, but I'm a realistic fan.
Hey man, we go to Buffalo. We're gonna beat the shit out of them. How about that?
The Saturday games are who are the Sunday games? Because it's not Buffalo anymore. Buffalo doesn't play at 1:00 anymore. Who's playing at 4:30? Is it the Lions?
Packers Cowboys. Rams, Lions.
Yeah, Packers Cowboys.
My head wants me to pick Green Bay, but I don't think they go into Dallas and beat them. I've got Dallas. If that game is within 2 touchdowns, I would be shocked. There's a reason that spreads at 7, and I think it might. I think it has room to rise. Like I think it'll go up a little bit. Like it might end up at like 9 before kickoff tomorrow.
Like I said, don't be surprised if Dallas blows out Green Bay by 30.
You know what? This
will
might
get
be a very surprising pick. Give me the Rams to go into Detroit and get a dub.
No.
I think the Rams offense is playing really well. That's what I think. I think they're playing too well. Like I think Cooper Kupp, Puka,
That
and
game is
Kai
gonna be a shootout,
Williams
though.
and Matthew Stafford about to go in there and just catch a dub. I mean, how do you block Aaron Donald? Also, like the
Who the hell's gonna block Aiden Hutchinson?
Exactly, that is true. You know what? I'm gonna dive in head first with this one. Give me the Bucks to fucking beat Philadelphia. I'm sorry, Joey, but like,
Jesus.
if Baker cannot hobble around the entire game like he was last week, I think they'll be okay. I think that defense is susceptible to some deep shots down the field. I think you're going to see Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. One of them will have a day. It's just a matter of which one it is. And this pains me to say, as a Dolphins fan, but man, I just don't know if the Steelers have enough on offense to beat them. Like, if you're playing a shootout going into Buffalo, I think it's going to play right into the Bills' hand. Now, if you can establish the run early with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, which I expect the Steelers will try and do, I think it gives you more of a chance. I think the Bills win. I think the Steelers cover. That spread should not be 9.5. That's way too big. Way too big.
It's at 10 at time of recording.
It's at 10?
At 10.
What?
Over under at 36.
Give me the under.
I
That's
already
all
got
I
my
got.
pick.
That's all I got.
You want to go
I'll go
before me,
next.
Gabe, or go ahead?
I'll go. Give me the Browns. Who else tonight? Who else tonight?
The Dolphins,
Give me
Chiefs,
the,
Dolphins, Chiefs.
give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
then
Then
Green
we
Bay,
got
Dallas.
Green Bay, Dallas.
Give me the Cowboys. Give me the
Mhm.
Cowboys. Give me the Rams Sunday night.
See? What'd I tell you?
On Monday, give me the Steelers to win,
Love it.
and give me the Eagles.
Oh!
All right. So
Joey, I guess you're up
for
next.
me, I'll go. I'm going Texans slightly. I think I want to see the magic still happen with
CJ
Stroud and D'Amico.
CJ Stroud.
As much shit I've talked on this team, I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Son of a bitch.
I know if you want to go off recent history, Green Bay's gone into Dallas, so no problem. But I'm sorry you don't got Aaron Rodgers.
They
Then
don't
against
have
Jordan
Aaron
Love,
Rodgers.
I think Jordan Love can potentially be good, but I think this is where his run ends. I got Dallas. Ryan, I told you who I want for this one in case, if the Eagles don't make it, just for as you said, 30 for 30. I'm going Detroit.
Oh, that'd be electric. I hope that's the best game of the weekend. I really
I think
do.
it will be. Mar knows how I feel about Josh Allen. I think he's overrated as shit. And if Pittsburgh can establish this new offensive scheme they're doing is just run the ball, get Warren and Harris into the mix and win time possession, I really do think they're live as hell. So I'm going Pitt. And then this one's going to be tougher.
Hold on.
Stop it. Hold on.
Hey, you son of a bitch, you're late.
Mr.
We're almost
Punishment has
done.
arrived. Mr. Punishment has arrived.
I told you I'm gonna try my best.
We're almost done. We got like
Almost
20
done now.
minutes left.
If that.
20 minutes.
If
Yeah.
that.
We're running
Jesus.
through our NFL predictions for
But
the
We're
weekend.
good. We're
last
good. You know
one.
what? Matter of fact, we're all gonna keep track of our picks and see who finishes the best this
All right.
this weekend.
And then
Okay.
I know there's
I'm
no
tired of
AJ
you
Brown.
bitches.
No AJ Brown. That sucks. But I'll go Philly. I know I don't have the best faith in them right now because they're playing like shit. But no AJ Brown. That kind of sucks. And I think I heard there's gonna be rain in Tampa. So if anything, I think we're gonna have to run the ball if we actually know what running the ball is.
What's that?
Clearly we have. I don't know.
I know what y'all do know about. Push.
Push!
All right, man. I'm giving mine because Jesus, give me Houston to beat the Browns at home. Give me Miami to go into Kansas City and take care of business. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. You think I'm gonna bet on the fucking Chiefs to win now?
Not this year.
No. Give me Dallas to like blow out Green Bay by like 30 points. Cause what the fuck are we really thinking here? I think if the run game gets established in Detroit and they start to really like pound the ball down their throat, give me Detroit to win.
You just said what now? But what?
He did purpose with the
He
pause.
did say
Keep
the
going.
pause. Yeah, that is
That's what
true.
I said. Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery is going to be a fucking problem if they can't stop them.
They already are a problem.
Give me Pittsburgh to go into Buffalo and take care of business because I
Oh
just
yeah,
feel
the
like
fellas.
I just feel like Pittsburgh, we're going to establish time of possession and we're going to keep the ball away from Josh Allen as much as possible. Buffalo doesn't have Gabe Davis either, so it's literally going to have to be Stephon Diggs or fucking die at that point.
Oh, they've got James Cook.
Oh man,
Just a fuck.
really? Ooh,
Really?
I think James
Really?
Cook's
Really?
pretty. I think James Cook's pretty fucking good. That's
oh
just me.
jeez.
And give me the Bulls in green. Give me Philly to win on Monday night.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I see you.
All right, Cornbread, you're up. Come on.
Kind of crazy, but I'm basically on the exact opposite as Mar, so we're gonna see how that fucking goes.
Wait, for which game? Ding dong.
I
Just
love.
go through it. Go through it. Just
Go through the entire list.
I'm loving the Browns today.
Oh,
Browns money line.
bleh.
Joe Flacco,
Go Flacco.
5-0
Oh shit.
ATS. Joe Flacco 5-0 ATS in wild card games. Joe
That is
Flacco's a
true. He has not
dog.
lost a wild card game. That is true.
Joe Flacco's a dog, and that's why I love the play Gabe for our three-legger today. Joe Flacco over 1.5 TDs. Next game, Chiefs at Dolphins. I'm not laying the 4.5 with the Chiefs, but I did take a two-legger, a money line of the Browns and the Chiefs. I just don't know if they can cover that 4.5 with how cold
covering that 4.5.
it's be.
They are not covering that.
Yeah, it's going to be a shootout, and I mean this game could honestly end up like 21-17, 20-17.
The last time they played in Germany, it was 21-14.
Right, and that was in good climate. I bet, just as a prop today,
Oh, we're just going through our picks. We're not going through the entire board here, my guy.
no, I know, but my favorite pick today is Mostert over 47.5 rushing yards. But then I also think that Cowboys cover the 7. Rams and the Lions, I have no idea. I mean, I kind of think the Lions win this. I don't mind laying the -3, but the Rams have been getting hotter and hotter as the weeks have gone by. Who knows? Matt Stafford might be the first quarterback to win a home playoff game in Detroit in however many years.
Matthew
Bill,
Stafford plays for the Rams. What do you mean home game in Detroit?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh, I get it now. Oh, I get it now.
Buffalo Bills. I don't like the -10, but I don't want to bet on the Steelers.
See,
I
that's
guess
what
if
I think you're. I think you're.
If I needed to, I'd probably pick the Steelers +10 just because of the weather. I know the game got moved to Monday, but it's still going to be kind of shitty out. And then lastly, I like the Phillies money line. I mean, there's
The
no
Phillies?
way. The Philadelphia Eagles. My bad. I like Phillies money line.
Jesus.
That's where
Listen, I don't think he want Bryce Harper in the slot.
Shit, we need somebody. Jalen Hurts needs to pass to someone.
Jalen Hurts will get
Can
the
we,
1 year.
can we call D-Jack out of retirement
No, that's a terrible idea.
to play
Yeah,
slot
he-
receiver? Just say D-Jack, run straight. That's all I need them to do. I'm not asking for a comeback. I'm not asking for a curl. I'm asking for that man. Yo, you probably still fast as hell. Just run.
He even in
Run a
football
5 and
shape
out,
still?
please.
Probably not. I know. Probably not. From what I've seen from his Instagrams, no, probably not.
Does
Hey,
anyone
Chad
have any?
Ochocinco's been talking about wanting to come back. I'll take his old ass for a playoff run.
I will tell you this though. Does anyone have any final remarks? I mean, I know I have one, but I'll let people
You go first, and then I might have something depending on what you say.
In 15 minutes, I will be attempting to break the 63% again. I'll be attempting to do it. The African Cup of Nations.
AFCON.
It's a month long soccer tournament.
This thing's a month?
Yeah,
Gross.
not too long. A little bit over a month. Don't quote me. I'm going to attempt to break it once again.
I'm
Um,
proud of you.
for those who don't know, the 60%, I set that. It is the bet win hit rate for a sporting event.
What did you do that for again?
I did it for the World Cup,
The
the
men's
best,
World Cup.
the men's World
Oh,
Cup.
that's right, because it was in the fucking winter. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
did for the
stupid to
men's
think of
World
it, but
Cup.
that's fine.
I mean, if you know, I made a lot of money. That was that was the most fun time. What? We was printing. I was printing $100, $200 tickets. And it was nothing. I'm attempting it today. For those who don't know the rules, minus 150 or better for every play. It can be on a parlay, but every what's the correct term? Every
Every
line.
Every single
every
pick has to be minus 150 or better.
Yes.
If it's in a parlay, it still has to be minus 150 for it to count.
Yes. So I mean, today's I'll give a sneak peek. Today's play is Ivory Coast minus 1.5. I think I caught it at minus 132.
I'll tell you what it's at right now. Give me 2 seconds.
I caught it at 128 last night.
There you go.
So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna try and do it again. Do I think I'll do it? I think I'll come close. I probably would be better off doing this for the Euros.
That would be it. That would
Because
be electric if you did it for the
I
Euros.
think the Euros I could probably it'd be easier for me to do it for the Euros. But obviously with Africans, I mean I know a lot about soccer, but
Right now it's
I mean,
it's jumped all the way to minus 154. So you caught it good.
yeah. So I mean, me personally, I mean, betting on African Cup of Nations, it's difficult. It's not difficult, but it's not easy just because there's teams that you do know with players that obviously play in Europe and all other leagues all over the world. But then there's some teams that just have players that just play in that country or
Hmm.
play in that continent or play in Asia or something. So I mean, it's pretty interesting. So I mean, I think I could do it. I want to change Mr. 63 to
To what, Mr.
65 or
64?
Mr. 64.
No,
64.
it'll be like 63 and a half.
Watch him. No, I'm calling it right now. Gabe's going to be Mr. 69.
Wait, what?
No
Hold
problem.
on. What?
Fast forward.
Wait,
I don't know how to feel about this.
what? I mean,
You can't do that, Cornbud. You can't do that. Maul has the
I
most
did it, bro.
disapproving look on his face
I
I've
did it,
ever
bro. We're
seen.
recording. We did it live.
Yeah, I know, and I might take this out of the
Happened.
video. I'm
You're
ashamed of
lame.
you. I'm ashamed
You're
of you.
lame.
I'm not lame. But
see,
whatever.
that's why you got number 2 on the way because stuff like that.
Shit like that, man.
Damn.
I don't have something named after me, okay? I don't got the Ryan, all right? There ain't the
Wait.
cornbread yet. Maybe the cornbread is just busting them out like Mormons.
Oh, God. Anyway, wrapping
All
up this
right.
podcast, please, someone save us.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we appreciate you for watching and listening wherever you're watching or listening from. This has been season 2. Season 2 is going to be very interesting. We're gonna be doing some different stuff this year. You know, the podcast is gonna be 10 times better if you ask me. But of course, if you're not following us on Twitter, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We post almost every single day on the Twitter. So make sure you look out for that. We're going to get heavy into NBA and college basketball here with football slowly but surely wrapping up. Baseball, of course, is right around the corner as well. Um, yeah, follow the Twitter. Make sure you join the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord is free. You do not have to pay for anything. Everything that we do is free. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everything that we do is free. So you don't even bother asking. Do I got to pay? No, you don't. Join the Discord. Discord link will be in the bio to our Twitter. All links to our social media will be in the podcast episode description. So You can just click the link there, and it'll take you directly to our social media. YouTube, our podcasts are uploaded to YouTube and Spotify. We will eventually probably be uploading to other platforms, so be on the lookout for that as well. And I think I got everything.
I think we do too.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege and an honor to give you this episode. Cheers to season 2 of the Fab Five Bettors Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all have a very, very good week, and we're out.